Alrighty. Welcome back, NAGP, Thursday night. It's GT time. We're here at Spa, and I'm here with Jack Ivey.
Super pole qualifying for Spa.
Restream appears to be behaving, but as usual, let us know if you see any problems. And they are in driver's meeting right now, and we are just getting ready to start here. Peter Szabo had the fastest time in practice, so he will either lead the session with his flying lap, or he will be last. And I think I don't think they've ever chosen last. The leader of practice usually chooses to go first. So we'll see after the drivers' meeting as we wait for that.
Well, that would be, the preferred start, I think, is if you've been out practicing for the last half hour or hour like some of these guys have. You'd want to stay warm and get out there and let it rip.
Yep, exactly right. You want to talk points a little bit, Jack? Because we got a pretty interesting situation there.
I'm glad you're prepared for that. I'm prepared for a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get the points this week. So what do we got going there?
Well, prepared is a relative term, but check out the standings thread here. What I do remember is that we've got quite a tie in the individual championship. So Parsons, despite having not won a race, is currently leading the Drivers' Championship. And then there is a four-way tie. He's got 59 points. There's a four-way tie for second place in the Drivers' Championship right now, Jack. 50 points for Zach Hefner, Kevin Kirkbride, Jesse Olson, and Brad Marys. So that is close.
Well, all well-deserved as well. They've all... These guys on Thursday night are pushing hard this season, as we saw in last week's race. So it doesn't surprise me that it's going to get backed up at the front.
Chris Moses, then, is in... I guess that puts him in 6th after all the second-place guys with 43 points. And then further down, we got the Turbo Nerds with 37 points each. Peter Szabo and David Maros. So, yeah, those are I think the championship contenders at this point. That's who we're expecting. Oh, Matt Taylor, duh. Sorry, Matt Taylor there with 32. So we'll see how that all plays out. And there's Peter Szabo going out first. I just got to find his...
Yeah, the Lambo, he's shown some great speed. And, of course, Spa being one of our favorite tracks here. Just a little shout-out there to Captain Clutch99. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. And the rest of you viewers, hope you enjoyed tonight's Super Pole. We'll see if these guys can keep their nerve and lay down a hot one.
Yes, we will. We'll watch Peter go around on his outlap.
Yeah, quite a. It's a favorite track, but it's quite technical. Around this track, smooth is fast, as fast is smooth, and it doesn't take much of a mistake that it's going to pooch your whole approach here.
A lot of pressure, Jack, as each of these drivers go around with everyone watching.
Well, yeah, and that's their racing peers that are in the cockpit with them, and I can imagine in the snicker room there, they're all talking about it right now. But I expect that Peter's going to lay down a pretty hot one here, and it's going to be the one to beat.
Yeah, I bet you're right about that.
Now, for any of you guys who watched us last week, a lot of shenanigans going on last week. We were kept pretty busy at that race at VIR Raceway, and the penalties showed that profusely. In the CC committee, it was very busy.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's going to start his hot one. This first corner is very important to get a good run off this one.
It's Salem Montgomery Jr., I believe, pulling out for his warm-up lap in the Audi.
And that was just shy of the 160 mark at that stripe at the top of Eau Rouge there. 172 at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Nice and clean so far for Peter. Just a little bit of a bobble off that last corner there, but not much to worry about.
Yeah, he seemed to collect it okay.
Well, Szabo so far, it looks like he's putting together a nice clean run, and clean should be very timely. And that is a pretty speedy time at 2:16.903.
Yeah.
Now, Montgomery seemed to be putting down some good practice times as well. Let's see if he's got can break that 2:17 and get into the 2:16s as well. Down through Eau Rouge. Eau Rouge, always exciting with a crowd of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of curb there.
Not sure he's going to get to the 17s. He's down 2/10 in Sector 1. Salem Montgomery, as you said, no slouch in the pace, so Szabo may have just set our pole lap. We'll see. Speaking too soon, he does really well at these Super Bowl events.
Right at Les Combs there at the end of the Kemmel Straight. You know, Salem took a lot of curb there, and you know, it doesn't sound like much, but 1/10 of a second here, 1/10 of a second there, and you're not going to take pole. But he is even through Sector 2.
Wow. Definitely spoke too soon. I didn't think there was 2/10 to take off Szabo's time in Sector 2 based on how smooth he looked. Wow. So he does. Into the 16s. 16.962.
Very, very, very close. Matt Taylor on track. .157 at the top of the hill there.
There's his temporary teammate. Ian Jolicoeur is substituting for Jonathan Cuppett, and it's his first time in a Lamborghini.
Well, if they, and I know they would have slid him a setup, Jolly Balls is good to go.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, Matt pushes it. Straighten it out, straighten it out. You got to keep going. You know, in this Super Bowl, even though, you know, you may have lost a couple of seconds there, you still may end up not last. So never give up on your Super Bowl lap.
Oh my goodness, Matt Taylor.
Yeah, he's done it. He still has to keep going. Oh, Ian, his teammate, has gone by.
Ian has opted to team orders there.
Well, you know, I have no doubt that Matt has just ruined those tires with that spin. Ian's letting them go by.
Oh my goodness.
He has. He's lost the tires there.
Yeah.
And looks like he's called in my auto body man for the front end work he's has done there. Good on you, Matt, for bringing it home, though.
Yep, as you said.
Wow, Ian hugging that wall. Again, Peter Szabo pretty much had that the top of the crest of that hill nailed at 159. Ian went by there at 157.
Mm-hmm.
And again, a very similar showing there in that first sector. Whatever Peter's done to get through Eau Rouge and Kimmel, Ian's down 0.2 of a second there.
Right.
Well, I think I can safely predict Ian is going to be provisionally in third spot right now after this run.
Yep, seems pretty likely. Yep, I think you're right. That seems pretty likely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep. So he will probably get past. He won't stay third, but yeah. Good time though
No.
for his first
Yep.
official run in the car there.
Absolutely. 2:17.7 and Captain Kirk out there with the Glickster. Yeah, that Peter Sabo definitely has something figured out. You know, coming down the chute into Eau Rouge and up Himmel Straight. He's had everybody nailed in that first sector.
Yeah, by 2/10, which isn't not insignificant. So yeah. Curious if Kevin beats the sector 2 time.
Well, to grab another 2/10, oh, he's
Matching
even anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's still 3/10 off what he lost in the first sector. Nice and clean through the chicane.
Good enough for P3 for now. As we pick up Brad. Yeah, good enough for P3 for now as we pick up Brad here.
Yeah, and an early chat with Brad, and looking for him to throw down, you know, 2:17 even or better.
Well, if he does much better, it's good enough for first, so we'll see. But yeah, I thought I heard him.
I don't know, there's not much separating first and second right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought I heard him say 217. Oh my goodness, as he's wiggling all over the place.
Big bobble there, pushing really hard.
Wow. That might cost him.
Brad's my Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I know. He's a lot of people's Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think.
Well, he's down half second. That's going to be hard to make up in the next two sectors. He'll have to be just absolutely spot on perfect. Whoa. And he really has picked it up there in that second sector.
What makes you say that?
Well, second sector time is only, oh no, he's a second off. I'm sorry. I thought that was 0.1. Sorry. Old eyes here.
No problem. No
Sorry
problem.
about that, Jake.
That's okay. I was just checking. You saw something I didn't. I was going to make sure I knew what was going on.
Well, you know what's going on. I sure as heck don't.
That's. Oh!
Whoa.
That looks.
On there.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so
2:18.2. That is going to be a second off his practice times. Sean Ricker out for his hot one, and Bush is way wide in the Ferrari. Turn 1. Just a little FYI as he goes through Eau Rouge. David Pohl has a no qual.
David Pohl or David Maros?
Oh, David Morris. Yes, has a no qual. David Pohl has picked up 15 kilos of penalty ballast.
Yeah, and so we were talking about that in chatting in the forums, trying to figure out what a no qual meant this week. And in fact, what it does mean is that David Maros will not take a timed lap tonight, but he will actually participate in the qualifying race from the back. So I don't know about you, Jet, but the way those qualifying races start, that doesn't sound like too much of a raw deal to me. Those, if the qualifying race starts and gets as hectic as they usually are, you can make up a lot of spaces from the back.
Absolutely.
So he is probably off practicing right now.
You know what? Those guys, none of us want to start at the back of the pack.
You say that, but Sergio actually said, hey, I don't feel like I got enough practice. Can I skip my qualifying lap and start at the back for the qualifying race? I think, unfortunately, Sergio had internet issues, so he won't be here for the qualifying race either. But he was going to practice during this time and then start from the back for the qualifying race and try to improve his position for next week. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. It's better than not having qualifying for next week, but it's not as good as doing the regular thing here. And David Maros probably wouldn't be too far from his teammate if he didn't make any mistakes.
Sean Ricker coming through.
Up to 5th.
Good. P5 with a 2:18, almost flat, .052. The boss, Al Merriman, out on track in the McLaren. Let's see if he can put a hot one down here. We know his partner Brad had a couple of issues on his hot lap.
Yeah, absolutely right. Looked like Brad was really, really challenged for grip in the low speed stuff.
152 at the top of the little bit of a bobble there. But got a decent first sector time going.
Yeah, you got that right.
Both Al and Brad had good races last week, so they're working well as a team.
Right.
Do not like that green stuff out there, but some of these guys seem to don't mind driving out there.
Yeah.
Big Al crossing the line. Good enough for 6 in behind Sean Ricker. And another Glickhouse out on the track. Zach Hefner coming around to start his hot lap.
Sorry about that.
Now I see you're chatting away on the chat board there. Geez, on my crappy second system here that I watch the chat room feed it has not looked better ever.
Okay, great. I know, right?
Yes, and yes, Abe, Jake is typing a thesis.
Yes.
Got multitasking. Zach Hefner.
I was actually typing in Twitch chat.
Again, Peter Zabo, I think, is laid down the gauntlet.
Yeah, that's a quick time.
It sure is. And, no one has come to match his first sector time at all. That's looking good through sector 2, though.
Yeah, absolutely right. Podium Hunters is second in the team championship, and both Kevin Miller and Zach Hefner are tied for second in the individual drivers championship. So really, definitely in the mix this time. Last season Kevin was in a really competitive car, but I think his teammate just kind of dropped out unexpectedly. So now he's got a real chance with Hefner on board.
Well, Hef is laying down a real hot one here.
Yeah, I think this is going to be probably... Is he going to get to third? Can he beat his teammate? He does!
Great lap.
Yeah, good lap there.
Zach
Wow. Parsons on now.
The man from down under in the German Porsche Chihuahua. Only about 153, 154 there at the top of Eau Rouge.
Well, I think we've seen... I think some of the GT2 cars, the Porsche and the Corvette, might have a little more aero, a little more drag. So that seems to affect their top speed. Now we've seen them they still turn great lap times, but when we see them battling people on track, they definitely seem to have a little disadvantage on the straights, so maybe that's related.
Well, he's down 0.7 of a second, so Aaron's going to have to lay down some very clean, smooth, and quick corners here through this second sector. Which, by the way, it looks like he is actually doing.
Right.
is right.
Yeah.
You know, is that the first Porsche we've had through?
It is. Yes. Yeah. So we'll see what Chris Moses does with the same car.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, they just might not have the top end speed. Jesse Olsen out starting his hot one off turn 1.
And there's Chris Moses behind him.
Very close there, Jesse, to a cut coming out Eau Rouge. Hey, Jake, I'm just calling it the way I see it. I'm right up their tailpipes.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did. You snickered. Beautiful car, that Ferrari. Love it. This is a corner here, right here, this stab lot here, that's always giving me a headache. Good ride so far by Jesse. Should put him in the top 10.
He won't beat his teammate, though. Just in the top 10.
Chris Moses takes turn 1. .154 at the top of the Eau Rouge. I just don't think the other cars have the straight line speed that that Lambo's got.
No comment, Jack.
Or maybe Peter's just running a lower downforce and getting that top end speed out of it, because he was substantially like 5 miles an hour faster than anybody else at the top of Eau Rouge there.
Well, you know, that could be true, because I think that's what Matt Taylor was trying to do, and we saw him suffering for traction, struggling for grip there. So,
maybe we got it figured out here, kids.
Maybe not. Matt Taylor, I say that about Matt Taylor because Matt Taylor, especially on the Monday League, likes to run a silly low wing, and that way he can fly past everybody on the straights. But it definitely reduces that corner grip a lot. So as soon as I saw him wiggling around, I always assume he's at too low of a wing setting. But yeah, Sabo, I expect, as you said, would have been running a lower wing here than some other people, because he was even outpacing the other Lamborghinis. Chris Moses almost gets out of shape there.
Yeah, took it way deep. Good enough for 8th though, but he lost it on that chicane. He would have been doing a lot better there.
Yeah.
he had a fifth or a sixth locked up there until that just a little too deep on that last chicane.
Right.
David Poole out on track with 15 kilos of penalty ballast. Again, very similar to everybody else, about 154 at the top of the hill there.
Sounds pretty consistent if you're not a Lamborghini. Wow, I mean, it almost looks like the tail's going to come around on him, but maybe that's just that wide Corvette.
No. He was working that to hang on to it. Trying to get on the gas, just when you get into these Super Bowl qualifyings, you try to take it just a tad deeper, get on it a little quicker, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
I can never do it. I can never lay down a so-called hot qualifying lap for the life of me. My lap is my lap, and that's my lap.
Sometimes I can finish a lap. It won't be that hot.
That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. To win, you've got to finish.
Yeah.
And if you finish, you might be able to get a win. This is a decent run. P7 for David. Good run with an extra 15 kilos on board.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it might be a better track for the Corvettes here.
Yeah, could very well be, and let's compare them. Dan Thorpe out in another Corvette.
Yep, followed by Ed Wozniak, so it's Corvette time. Andrew Warner's behind him. It's Corvette time. Everybody enjoy the V8 noises.
Whoa, Dan. Very close. Jacks up the tailpipe watching you boys.
Is that allowed there? That was definitely a cut on the outside. I don't know. That might be allowed there, though.
Very close on the inside. I'm not going to make that CC call, but whew, I wouldn't bet that all four were inside. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, Corvettes are looking decent around this track tonight.
Yeah, they are. How many laps is our race this evening?
Our qualifying race tonight is 12 laps,
Okay.
Mr. Teamster.
And then I don't even know what it is next
You
week.
nailed it earlier when you said these qualifying races, these dashes for the cash
yeah.
can just be absolutely mayhem.
Well, you say that, but but it's not a dash for the cash at all. It's a preparation for next week. You think they'd give it some time, but no, everybody wants to win it in turn one, so it's usually pretty spectacular, not always in a positive way.
Well, I've been in dozens of these drivers' meetings where they say, guys, can you just take it easy, through Eau Rouge first time around?
Yeah, right.
And there's always a side-by-side on the first lap.
Yeah.
Dan Thorpe coming around in 13th.
Doesn't beat anybody there except for Matt Taylor.
So we get to compare all the Corvettes at once.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ed Wozniak out on track. just coming down the hill to Eau Rouge.
Andrew Warner out of the pits.
Again, a 154 across the top. That seems pretty consistent through the car pack, other than Peter Szabo, who 159. That was quick through there.
Yeah, very quick. Whoa! Oh.
Looks like that car's pushing on him.
Looking quick.
I think he's going to have a. I think he's going to have a decent lap going here. He's got a good lap going.
Yeah, I think he will. Let's see, 1.3. He could put it in 11th here. He certainly should beat his teammate. Unless he struggles through the chicane. That chicane can make or break your lap.
Yeah, an easy spot to lose a few tenths there. Little out of shape, not too bad though, but
He does not beat his teammate. Really struggles in Sector 3 there. Werner's up.
well, let's see another Corvette. Why not, eh?
Yeah, why not?
Again, a 154. Very, very consistent through the pack.
Yeah.
And, you know, consistent throughout, you know, other than the Audi with Montgomery, everybody's been like a 0.7, a 0.8, you know, in the first sector off.
Right. The first several guys were at least a 0.2. I think Szabo, as you said, had a really dynamite first sector there due to that straight line speed. 159 at the top of the hill.
Yeah, sometimes going through that old route can be a real pucker moment. Werner looking really good out here tonight, though. And Andrew Werner and David Poole teammates, so it's not going to be surprise me.
Wow.
Poole's carrying 15 kilos.
Werner.
So it's not going to surprise me if he lays down a hot one.
Werner was 4/10 faster than Peter Szabo in Sector 2. That's quick through Sector 2. See what he did in Sector 3. Not slow.
Wow, P6.
Yeah, not slow at all.
He is coming back.
That
So
was
Andrew Werner took up the challenge.
I don't think we're going to see anybody beat that Sector 2 time. That was quick. So our first BMW, Iggy Jordia.
on the limiter there.
Yeah.
Well, he was a little quicker, 155, 156 going through the top of Eau Rouge there, so
Wow.
he might have had something figured out there. But he's still down 7/10.
Yeah.
Very nice and quick back on the throttle through that last combination. Yep, the out there in the chat world, yeah, the S is which tires they're on.
Yep. All these guys, there's only 3 tire options, the softs, the mediums, and the hards. So for this particular event, probably most of these guys running the softs. Unless they have temperature problems in Sector 3, but the softs aren't really. They're not super soft. They're a race tire. So yeah, most everybody choosing the softs here at Spa.
Iggy putting down a decent lap here. Nice through the chicane too.
Yeah, that was very clean. Up to 13th.
Nice run by Iggy Chordia.
Sam Rolfe. We really do have the cars grouped up by type here, don't we?
Absolutely. And we've driven all the Corvettes, all the Lambos I think are gone. I might be wrong though, but now we'll have a pair of BMWs, Sam Rolfe coming down through Eau Rouge.
Heard him hitting limerick as well. Is he going any faster there?
It's right about the same, 156. So I'm not sure. Are Sam and Iggy teammates?
No.
Well, they must be running a similar.
Omar Gomez is teammate, and Sam is teamed with. Is it Cobus?
De Villiers.
Yes.
Cobus.
Cobus de Villiers.
Well, they must be running similar gearing to be hitting the limiter at roughly the same times and same spots. Now, has Sam got his lights on? Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. It is overcast. This is not a night race. So, of course, it does not have night races. In particular, because you'll notice that those headlights don't make any actual light on the road in front of them. That's not something supported by Assetto Corsa. But it's heavy clouds right now, I believe, and this is what that looks like in AC. It's a little dark. And in fact, inside these cars, some of these guys have noticed very strange reflections on the windshield. Looks like the Audi's okay. But in the Glickenhaus and in a couple of other cars, you'll see it in the cockpit view. There's it's quite annoying. But hopefully, the race, the weather's going to be better next week. So hopefully that is not a problem for these guys. I think the clouds reflect off the windshield or something, but it's not a great effect. More of a strobe than it needs to be.
Now, just as an FYI, Bjorn Heyman ran through the top of Eau Rouge at 156, and he is 0.5 of a second off. So a couple miles an hour makes a huge difference there. It's almost like every mile per hour is about 1/10 of a second there. But we know sometimes the quality setups don't really translate into they might work in a shorter race like we have tonight, just 12 laps, but they sure won't in a full race usually stand up, or are usually too hard to drive.
Right.
Not for me. I've never had a different quality setup from a race setup other than drop the fuel and change the tires. Bjorn Heyman bringing her home, and he'll slot in at 18th.
Cobus Duvier is coming around the back stretch here. So at this point, it looks like Peter Szabo and Salem Montgomery Jr. locked in for the top spots. We didn't have any. I don't think we had any holdouts who wanted to go last, unless Jeremy Bryant. Unless Jeremy Bryant was one.
Yeah, I'm not. I've done this, many times, and going last is not an advantage.
Well, yeah. You do know what time you're shooting for, but yeah, I agree. It's too much waiting.
Cobus pretty quick coming through there.
And about the same as everybody else on the gaps, yeah.
Yep. So, don't want to single you out, Matt, but and I don't want to bring the broadcaster's curse on anybody, but so far everybody's got around relatively clean, except for poor old Matt Taylor, who I got to think he was just laying it all on the line.
Yeah.
And cooked his tires.
Well, certainly after a spin, it was, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Those hot tires, it takes them a long time to cool down, and you got to drive slow while they're cooling down. And Matt Taylor, to his credit, is not good at driving slow. No, that's probably not true, but he wanted to go.
He'd rather drive fast.
Yeah, he'd much rather go drive fast. So, yeah. That's quite hard. There's a lot of restraint and patience involved there, and this is Super Bowl. It's not a good time.
You guys out in the chat room there, Jake is not in Colorado, so he probably is just having a Marlboro. Cobus up to P16. John Ludden coming around in the Audi. down the hill, headed towards Eau Rouge. That was pretty quick. He's showing a 158 at the top of the hill. And it shows there in his first sector time.
Wow. Forgot about John Ludden, yeah. See, who's Ludden's teammate this season? Robert's dog, so that's Chandler? No. I
I'd
can't
have to go back in
remember.
my notes.
Yeah, we'll see when they come out.
Well, he's doing real well. He's going to pick up a ton of spots. Little bit of a wobble there going through the chicane, but this is looking good for John Ludden. Good enough for P7.
Wow. Wow, good run there. Yeah. Didn't catch him sneaking in there. So it didn't seem to hurt his time too bad. Waiting there for, let's see, about an hour.
No, not at all.
One of the guys joked that you got to have your backup rig right there next to you so you can practice on that while this is going on. Yeah.
You wouldn't, nothing would surprise me with some of these propeller heads out here.
Oh, they are competitive.
And a Glickenhaus out on track. David Zahn.
David Zahn running both seasons running both races this season, Monday and Thursday. So he has got his hands full. I believe he's the only other guy in the league from North Carolina. He and me. That I know of. I'm sure they'll come out and tell me if they hear the broadcast. Then again, it is Super Pole.
Indeed,
That's a good time. That's a good time for Sector 1. Only by a tenth, but it's a little quicker than some of the guys have run. I think the pressure got to some of these guys, Jack. You know, we normally see, 10, 15 cars in 1 second? Something ridiculous. Right now, we've only got 6. Of course, it is a big track.
It is. It's a long track, and you've pretty much got to, nail every corner. I mean, and they're high speed, they're demanding.
Yeah.
That's what makes it a driver favorite.
Yep. Well, we got 16 guys in 2 seconds this time, so yeah, it's still pretty tight, considering the restrictions here. These guys get one shot at this. John McIntyre's up in the Audi. Now, he's Salem's teammate this season, is that right?
I believe so, yeah. Johnny Mac, true gentleman. He teamed up with me for a season there. We had a great season on Thursday night a few seasons back. So big hello and a shout out to Johnny Mac McIntyre. I keep my eye on his top of the hill speeds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very consistent with everybody else, about a 155.
Yeah. Is it worth a 10th? Yes.
4/10 off. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Keep it together, John. Big push on your car coming around this corner here.
Pretty quick for Johnny Mac. He lost a second there to Peter Sabo in Sector 2. He loses. Should be getting below 20th here if he keeps this third sector clean. Gets through the chicane okay.
Well, if he can keep it together here, you know, he's got a decent run going.
Yeah, absolutely. '18th.
18th for John Mack.
In the mix right there.
And Jeremy Bryant out on track in the Ferrari.
Now, I didn't see Jeremy's practice time, but he was here at the start of the session, so... we will see. I've actually heard that the Ferrari is quite a challenge on this track in particular. It doesn't have the straight line speed of some of these other cars. Is that what you've seen so far, Jack? How was he on the top of the hill?
Yeah, you know, on top of the hill there, you know, 155. So, you know, in the 0.6 sort of shows that. A little bit of a bobble there.
Yeah. Yeah, but he collected it all right. Got a F1 style interior cam here, right over the driver's shoulder.
Yeah, just a little bit of an interesting note on picking up a little bit of a brake tap every once in a while with Jeremy's car. So I'm not sure if he's resting his foot on the brake pedal and, you know, giving it just the odd little unconscious tap, or if he's actually tapping the pedal. But
well, you know, that was a very fast Sector 2 time there. The chicane.
Nicely, too.
Yeah. 12th. Great.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, right there in the mix.
Nice run from, you know, 25th to 12th.
So Iggy's teammate is Omar Gomez, and he's out now. He's hitting that rev limiter too. I bet he will do the same as Ziggy was at the bottom of the hill. Just about.
Wow.
He lifted there.
Off the throttle there.
Yeah. That's going to cost him, I think.
And way down, a 148 at the top of the hill there.
Yeah, you cannot lift there if you want to be competitive up the hill.
That's what it, and look what it cost him.
Yeah, I mean, that's tremendous. Can't really come back from that. Hey, let's see. Still get top 20. If he prefers the slow stuff, sector 2 should be his sector. And I say slow, but a lot of these are sweepers.
Well, Omar probably just didn't like the feel of it there for a second and gave a little lift. And boy, that little lift coming through there cost you big time.
Yeah. He's on some high-end hardware this season. With his wheel and pedal setup. He recently got some new stuff set up, so. Having a lot of fun, I bet, is Omar Gomez. 3.1, so that's going to put him ahead of Taylor. Flat through there, okay. Oh, big mistake. Big cost.
Finish her out, Omar. Finish her out.
Ahead of Matt Taylor. Yep. Okay.
Kurt out on track.
And then I'm not sure. Let's see what Trevor says. I wonder if I think we'll see Trevor Snowden. Yeah, Trevor Snowden's gonna do a lap next.
Curtis Chandler, an old broadcast host here at NAGP many, many years ago with yours truly.
Whoa!
Whoa, Curtis, I'm up your tailpipe.
Oh, no. He's on the medium tire, I notice. Who else was?
Well, I don't think the CC committee's got anything to worry about, Curtis, because taking those curbs probably bottomed you out because it didn't help your first sector times at all.
Yeah. He's looking better through here. I think everybody's familiar to some extent with this circuit and those curves.
If anybody out there is watching and you haven't driven this track, geez, grab your wheel and get driving.
Yeah, no kidding. This track's incredible.
My only complaint with this track is it is too long. You know, for practice, that is. and for racing. I mean, when we've got close to 30 cars out there, you're guaranteed you're going to be racing with somebody, but you need a big field on these big long tracks to keep it interesting. Curtis coming around to bring her home in 24th.
All right, here's Trevor Snowden, who doesn't have front wheels.
Doesn't have front wheels? What are you talking about? He doesn't have front wheels.
Well, on my screen, he doesn't have front wheels. So that Glickenhaus really a next generation machine. If I'm being honest, it's hovering on the front axle, which is very efficient.
Maglev.
Yeah, very powerful. The track now infused with metal.
Going to be down there in the first sector.
Speedometer does not lie.
No, he went through there at about 151 to 152, and that's showing up there in that first sector.
Somebody tell me after the broadcast why Trevor doesn't have front wheels. That'd be cool.
Shedding weight.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know what I'm really impressed with is just how good the steering appears to be in the complete absence of front wheels.
Yep, 2.9 in the second sector, down 3 seconds.
He can take 24th here. But I don't think Trevor got any practice. He is out on the West Coast, so this is like right after office hours for him when we go online.
Yeah, that's the same with Johnny McIntyre. He's in San Diego.
Yeah.
Very ugly city to live in. And he doesn't get home until like just before cockpit time. So good on these guys from the West Coast to big dedication to jump in there. And I'm only kidding you about San Diego. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah. Snowden, takes 24th. So no surprises. Sabo set the fastest lap, as we kind of speculated. But Salem Montgomery Jr. got very close in the Audi. So Peter Sabo needs to hop back into the race.
Well, there you have it. Super Bowl is over. Jake, you've got David Marosh behind you. I got nobody behind me.
Yep.
So I'm at the back here. Should be very interesting going through Eau Rouge on lap 1 and probably lap 2 as well. But hey, if Szabo can get out in front and get himself clear, boy, he sure has got this first sector nailed down.
This is the exciting part. Mark says 3 wide going up the hill first lap. Yeah, probably. Somebody will do it. And, well, we'll see. Maybe we shouldn't speculate. But these starts.
Jake, that's our job, is to speculate. Yes, there are going to be some two wides. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, these starts are pretty interesting. Peter Zabo is in. So.
Oh, my timing's all screwed up over here. But looking good. Werner looks like he's got a great start position tonight.
Peter Zabo starting at the front, and his teammate David Morrow starting from last. All right. Tell you what, give me about 30 seconds, Jack, then we'll run through the order and get ready to start this race.
Well, Sean Ricker has left the server. Let's hope he can jump back in. I just don't know what to make about Sean, if he's got some problems going on there or not, but he is definitely left there.
Well, he's got time at this point to get out and back in. We can start running down the order. I'm sure he'll start.
You run her down. My timing's all messed up here.
Oh, no problem. If you've already hit drive, just be sure you're gonna have to go back to the pits manually. I'll disappear when the lights come on. But anyway, we got Peter Zabo starting first. You knew that already, and in fact, this is not the first time. He's frequently does really well in these Super Pole events, but he frequently also gets into trouble in turn one or early in the race. So we'll see how that goes this time. Salem Montgomery Jr. is going to be charging hard for the outside and then the inside going up the hill. So we'll see how that goes. Of course, we've got the hairpin first, so slow. Everybody should keep it together. Zach Hefner starting third place, and his teammate Kevin Kirkbride starting fourth. So these guys, right with each other in the standings and in time and their lap times. Ian Jolicoeur starting fifth place. Andrew Werner sixth. John Ludden starts seventh. Sean Ricker starts eighth. David Poole starts in ninth place. Al Merriman will start 10th. I guess he beat his teammate. Chris Moses starts 11th. Jeremy Bryant starts 12th. Brad Mary starts 13th. Aaron Parsons starts 14th. Iggy Jordia starts 15th. Jesse Olson 16th. Dan Thorpe 17th. Kovas Duvier is starting 18th. John McIntyre starting 19th. Abe Wozniak is starting 20th. Sam Roll starting 21st. Bjorn Heyman starting 22nd. David Zahn 23rd. Trevor Snowden 24th. Curtis Chandler 25th. Omar Gomez 26th. Matt Taylor 27th. The broadcasters take up a spot in Assetto Corsa. So here's us. And then starting from the back with a no qual is David Maros, who will try to work his way forward. We'll keep an eye on him for sure.
Well, get ready. It is going to be wild. That is my prediction.
Well, Rigger's back in, and the good news is there's lots of space between the grid spots on this starting line, and there's lots of space between the cars. It's nice and wide here, so it can get a little crazy before turn one, just as long as they straighten it all out. Here we go. Oh, John McIntyre. Oh, way at the back. My timing's messed up. I've lost Peter Zabo, but going through the front.
Montgomery and Zabo side by side down the hill.
Oh, Montgomery gets it. Peter Zabo really fast at the top of the hill. Look how fast he's going. I think he slowed down to stay behind.
Looking on the outside of Salem, Montgomery. I think he's got him. Montgomery trying to come back, taking the inside line. Contact. Zabo off track, back on.
You know, I think these guys are pretty well prepared for light contact, but you know, much cleaner than most of these races, the short sprint races.
Well, so far, it's backed up. We got a red board all the way across just about every car here, though.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to go fast with 4, 5, 6 people in front of you, Jack.
It's hard to go fast with 20 people.
Yeah.
Matt Taylor and Kova's a little bit of contact farther back. Kova's off, grabbing some grass, back on. Just giving you an FYI here of what's going on back here.
Tell you what, David Morales is up to 21st already. How did he do that? I can't wait till
there's Corvette off. That was Abe Wozniak. He's back on. Back in 27th now, though.
The timing will start to work.
Going through the chicane. Boy, Salem has opened up a bit of a gap here already.
Somebody shot into the pits there. 2 cars into the pits. And it looks like Sam Montgomery Jr. is extending his lead a little bit. Wow, hitting the rev limiter there is Salem.
Werner up to 4th. Kirkbride in 3rd. And then they're sort of backed up there all the way to 10th. We've got David Poole and Sean Ricker. Contact. Sean Ricker on the inside, Poole on the outside. Poole makes a stick, though. And they're all nose to tail, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I'm on board with Parsons watching this.
Yeah, in front there, you know, Merriman and Bryant, they're all weaving around looking for, like, I don't know what they're looking for, an opening or something? I mean, you know, they all know the track. And then farther back, just as an FYI, holy jumping, you know, from 16, you know, 15 to 20, it's like NASCAR out there right now.
I'm impressed with how clean everybody is. Looks like David Morrow's had an issue as he has fallen back to the back of the pack again.
Holy jumping from 10 to 20. They're all lined up. You're great racing out here tonight, folks.
Oh, that's
Sorry, make that 8 to 20. Matt Taylor takes her way wide. Turn 1. No, it's Iggy Shorty who took it wide. Sorry.
uh-oh.
Gee,
Whoa! Okay.
Who are you on board with?
I'm trying to watch this whole pack that's through the middle here. And doing pretty well at it. pick up some stationary cams that cover the whole field, and you keep seeing guys go side by side through what seemed like quite complicated parts of the circuit.
Oh God, yeah. You know, I got holy jumping. Taylor and McIntyre are duking it out. Zahn and Gomez, and Taylor trying to take the inside away from McIntyre. Looks like he's going to make it stick. McIntyre on the inside now, though. This is not going to end well. And Olsen and Rolfe are fighting, and Thorpe and Moses are fighting, and Al Merriman, Peter Zabo, Jeremy Bryan, and Sean Ricker, they got a battle going there, and Parsons in behind them. That's a great battle going on out there on track right now.
Yeah, Zabo must have made a mistake because he was in second. And now he is in a train.
Yeah, that has opened the door for Salem. He's long gone. All he's got to do is put in consistent hard laps, and Kevin Kirkbride's going to do his best to try and wheel him down. But not that it should be a surprise, but Andrew Werner in that Corvette is in P3 right now. That mid-pack battle is quite intense. I just don't know where to tell you to take the cameras because they're all over the place.
Yeah.
But, like I said, that mid-pack there.
Right now,
Moses, Parson, Maris, Merriman.
Yeah, right now I'm watching Maris picking. Oh wow, it's two guys. I guess that was Bryant going for a risky pass into Eroge. Oh, whoa!
We got a car spinning. Who is that?
That's Al.
Merriman, big Al Merriman.
Oh, he's got suspension damage.
Oh, he's bringing her back on track, though. Get her on. Get the tires on there, Al. 19, 20, 21. Oh. 22.
Yeah, he's going to have trouble with a car like that.
The car is smashed to pieces. The glass has gone out of it. There's not a straight bit left on that car. Sorry, Al. And he was in the thick of that mid-pack battle there, all the way from 10 to 16. Yeah,
and it was too thick to see. I didn't see the contact that led to him getting so out of shape there on that exit. Oh, and Peter Zabo makes a mistake.
Zabo off again.
Peter Zabo's done.
It does look like it.
Peter Zabo
in the car there.
I think that's a decision.
Smashed up. Yeah, I think he's just saying, oh, the heck with it.
Okay, so up front, we haven't talked about these guys because Salem Montgomery Jr. Was extending his lead over Peter Zabo. Peter Zabo made some kind of mistake and ended up back in the mix. And so Salem is uncontested up here, 6.5 seconds ahead of Kevin Kirkbride. And Kevin Kirkbride now having to fend off Andrew Werner. The Corvette.
All right, just an FYI, a little further back, Dan Thorpe and Jesse Olsen are going to try the 2 wide through Eau Rouge. Jesse backed off and let Dan Thorpe go.
Well, that means Matt Taylor. That means Matt Taylor's going to get by Jesse. You can't let off. Oh,
contact.
Matt Taylor didn't feel it. No reaction in the steering wheel.
Oh, and the catbird is Sam Rolfe, who's right up their tailpipes.
Yeah, Jesse Olsen had to lift, and that cost you on that straight.
Oh, a little farther up, Eric Parsons on the inside of Jeremy Bryant. too wide, too wide. Jeremy, a little loose coming out of there.
This is the good part of the track.
We got a car off up ahead too. David Poole is off. Chris Moses tried to stick his nostril in there.
Jeremy Bryant splits BMR.
Bryant.
Wow.
Moses looking on the outside. Bryant trying to hold the inside. Too wide again. Crazy. And, Moses looks like he's going to get the job done. Out there on the green. I don't like that green.
Yeah.
So Bryant's now got Dan Thornton and Matt Taylor like pushing up his backside.
Wow.
You know, Jeremy's probably saying, guys, can't you give me a...
Whoa!
No. Taylor, Olsen comes screaming through.
Three wide!
Guys. And they're still trying to take it 3 wide. This is insanity.
Okay.
And they're still going 3 wide here.
Oh,
bump. Oh, now let's get Jesse Olsen in there. Let's get them all together. Sam Roth, Jesse Olsen, Jeremy Bryant, Matt Taylor. Let's go 3 wide. Oh no, let's all straighten out.
Yeah, that was wise. You've definitely decided the orders here.
Is now enjoying this. You know, Johnny Mack now said, "Can I swap some paint too?" And he's got a run on these guys. But it's Olsen and Rolf side by side.
Uh-oh.
Bump.
Oh.
Wide for Rolf. And back through. This is crazy stuff out here.
Well, you know, at least it wasn't on lap 1, Jack. Because I think now they know the limits of what they're working with, and everybody's pretty comfortable racing hard, clearly.
Well, obviously the track's wide enough to put 3 cars wide on it.
Yeah, apparently, through the chicane.
Well, it looks like they finally have spaced themselves out a little bit. Holy jumping. Now, is Bryant and Olsen, are they teammates?
No. Olsen is a teammate with Ricker.
Okay, well, just as well, because they're not acting like teammates.
No, definitely not.
Whoa, Olsen!
Oh my goodness!
It's just, he's like that 3-4 donuts.
That was quite an impact.
And there goes 2 more spots.
Oh no.
And Gomez comes. And Bjorn Heyman goes by. They're all going
That's
by
right.
now.
Bjorn Heyman is John Ludden's teammate. Yes.
So, even though this is a very long track, it only took them 7 laps to somewhat get spaced out.
Yeah. Well, you can't really say that, though, because we got gaps opening and closing all over the track, including up front. You know, Salem Montgomery Jr. is pretty safe unless he makes a mistake. So, that's promising for him. Kevin Kirkbride, 9 seconds back, though, has only 1 second on Andrew Werner. Andrew Werner has only 1 second on Ian Jolicoeur. So this could spice up soon. These guys are holding consistent lap times. They're going all about the same speed. And so it hasn't yet. But actually, Ian Jolicoeur just turned his fastest lap, a 9:17.9. So
yeah, that's a quick lap.
this next one's a little slower.
But Salem out there all by him lonesome. Jesse pulls the plug and said, I'll see you guys next week in the feature race.
Yep. Plenty of time in that race to make up positions, but it's easy to get caught up into something if you have to move through the pack to win.
A couple little battles going on here. McIntyre and Rolf and Bryant. They're closing up again, so this mid-pack battle is going to may come to fruition again. Taylor is closing up on Dan Thorpe and Chris Moses, trying to keep them honest. And Moses and Parsons running 9:10 right now.
Matt Taylor
got a run on Dan Thorpe.
Yep. On the inside. Oh, Dan Thorpe. I was about to say no drama.
Almost overcooks it.
Go further back. John McIntyre has been close to Sam Rolfe for a little while now.
Yeah, got 4 more laps, to improve from 15th to 13th. Got Rolfe and Bryant just in his sights.
It's looking quite stable through the field. Jolicoeur. Kevin Kirkbride just puts in fastest lap of the race. I guess that. Nope, Salem Montgomery Jr. is fastest lap of the race. That was just a personal best. Wow, Salem's a whole second faster than like everybody.
Yeah, he's obviously found something that's working in his favor. 9 laps, and he's just over 9 seconds ahead of the field, so he's got something going. I think some of these guys are going to have to watch their cuts at the top of Eau Rouge there. Don't want to throw water on these guys, but that is a cut zone there, and I think it's 3 cuts for this qualifying race and 5 for the main feature.
Right.
And I have no doubt some of these guys are going to exceed that even here in the qualifying race. But John Ludden putting the pressure on Ian Jolicoeur, and Ian trying to reel in Andrew Werner for the final podium position here tonight. And just an FYI, that little battle is still going back there. Johnny Mac trying to take that spot away from Sam Rolfe, but he's doing a great job at holding Johnny off. Still, for such a big track, there's still some good battles going on. Bjorn Heyman is trying to reel in Kobus, for 18th. Ludden's trying to reel in Ian. McIntyre's to reel in Rolfe. So there's still some battling going on back there.
Yeah, well, every spot matters in this race, Jack. It's not just about the points. I guess only the first 3 get points. and not many points at that. So all about setting up for a better spot in the feature race.
Yeah, absolutely, because you can bet we're probably going to have a full field, 30 cars out there. Especially here at Spa, if you can get in the top 15 and get started in there, big advantage over starting at the back there. You get so much work to get by these guys on this track starting from the back. I'm really impressed with Andrew Werner's drive tonight in that Corvette. Ian's behind him in the Lambo, and even though the Lambo has got some top-end speed, Andrew and David Poole have definitely got something figured out there, to keep that Corvette going, although, David had some problems, and he's already down a lap.
Ludden close to Ian Jolicoeur. Looks on the outside.
Absolutely. Ian, a tough guy to pass, though.
Oh, yeah.
Great battle going on. 10 out of 12 in the books.
Oh! Ludden, keep it together, bud. Wow, really didn't cost him any time there.
Well, pushing to the limit.
He is really using the curves, especially on the inside. And that's a sharp curve there.
David Merrill should just put down his personal best time on the track, even though he is back. He's had started to hit the back, and he is pretty much going to finish this race not far from the back.
Yeah, he has had some trouble, but I suppose he'll beat till starting, 7 spots from the back. It is a lot better than starting at the back next week, so I guess that works for him. The battle for 9th heats up. The battle between teammates for 9th.
Yeah, they're not battling. They're just putting in fast laps. Moses and Parsons there.
You don't think Moses will pass Parsons?
Quicker will take the lead.
Okay.
Well, of course, whoever's quicker, they'll let them go by. I mean, they're teammates. Starting in the top 10 is a great spot to be here. Well, and they've got Taylor right behind them too.
Well, Taylor's in their chat channel on their team radio, so they can talk to him. But I mean, that's to a different team, a competitive team.
Yeah, they could talk to him and tell him, not a hope. You're not getting by both of us.
Yeah.
So, 11 out of 12 done.
I'm waiting for Bjorn Heyman to make his move on Kobus as it almost happens. Watching for Ludden to make a move on Jolicoeur if he gets any closer, although Ian seems to have figured out some pace late in the race. And then also that battle in the middle of the pack, which I think we'll go back to.
Yep, Taylor chasing Moses.
Yeah.
Although we have got Zach Hefner's caught up to Ludden now.
Oh, you're about right.
And Montgomery goes to start on his last lap down the Kemmel Straight for the last time.
Yeah.
Impressive. 12 lap race. He's 13 seconds out in front. But again, as I said, impressive that Corvette is, keeping pace with that Glickenhaus, and Werner is keeping them honest up there.
Yeah, I think as you said, this 9th, 10th, 11th is probably going to stay how it is now. Hefner.
Montgomery coming around. Hef is pushing Ludden hard.
Oh, maybe a little too hard.
Well, we sort of expect that out of, teammate of Hefner and Kirkbride. They're fierce competitors, so they're going to put the heat on John.
Yep.
Montgomery coming around to take it.
All right, great run by Salem. I mean, what can you say? Yeah, I'm sure he's delighted with that. I mean, fastest lap by a long shot. First place, Kevin Kirkbride comes around and finished second 15 seconds later. So, yeah, I mean, that bodes well for next week as long as he can get off the line. And down here to the first corner. Werner third, Jolicoeur fourth, Ludden fifth, Hefner sixth, Sean Ricker finishing 7th place. Brad Mary's finishing 8th. Aaron Parsons will start 9th next week. Chris Moses 10th, Matt Taylor 11th. So yeah, that little battle remained the same between Taylor and Moses. Dan Thorpe finishing 12th, Jeremy Bryant 13th, Sam Roll 14th. Johnny McIntyre will start 15th next week. David Zahn 16th. Trevor Snowden 17th. Cobus DeVA will start 18th. Jordan Heyman is coming around the chicane for the last time to finish 19th. Gomez 20th. Curtis Chandler, 21st. Abe Wozniak, almost in a battle out here with Al Merriman. We'll finish 22nd, and Al will finish 23rd, and that's the last of the lead lap.
Well, great race there. Salem, are you in the house?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hey, congratulations. What a clinic. It's like a second per lap on the field. Great drive out there.
Thanks, Jack. I want to thank Audi for sending this tune over. All those boys for working real hard.
Well,
that was a great race.
You had a little bit of lap traffic, but not a lot to deal with. And once you got clear of the field, I mean, way to go! You showed them how to drive Spa.
Thanks, man. Yeah, the Audi has a little special thing it has for these soft tires, so it's kind of cool that it can hold on this long.
Yeah.
So we'll see, though. Pete, for the longer stints, we'll see what happens.
Well.
So, any predictions for next week? You got to have a little bit of a different setup, run some different tires. You got some tricks up your sleeve there, Salem?
Yeah, I got a few things. Those 500 laps came in handy. I think I've mentioned to a couple of guys, reason those 500 laps at Mosport is it gave me 3 different setup packages that I can go to now, so don't have to start from square one, you know, so it's kind of cool to have that in the bag.
Yeah, very interesting.
Attaboy, practice makes perfect, and we can see it sure paid off tonight. Well, congratulations again, Salem. We're going to drop you down into Thursday, and we're going to be watching you next week in the feature.
Yes, sir. Let's hope it goes as clean, as cleanly. Thanks, guys.
There you go, Jake. Salem got some tricks up his sleeve, and got a tricky setup for this Audi, it sounds like.
Yeah. A few tricky setups. Sounds like he went to Mosport and figured out some things, which is an interesting choice of track. Not that I don't like it. It just that wouldn't have been my first choice. Maybe Spa might have been, actually, but Spa's kind of a unique track. That would have been a poor choice anyway. So great job by Salem on the. Clearly, feels like it's set up. Clearly he's comfortable in the car, so that should translate well for the endurance race.
Absolutely, but we can't count Peter Szabo out, who if he can keep it together, I keep my eye on him.
That's right.
He's going to be starting pretty far back, but we know he can turn in some fast laps.
Actually, Jack,
Kevin Kirkbride and
remember the first 2 were locked in, so Peter Szabo will start first. And Salem Montgomery Jr. will start second.
Good point. Brain fart here. Salem's going to have his hands full, because I bet you Peter is going to put in some time there and get that figured out. But big shout out to Andrew Werner on the P3.
Yeah.
In the Corvette. I thought he had a great drive.
Yes, he did. Jack just left the channel. I don't think he did that on purpose. I'm going to bring him back. You left the channel, bud.
Are you still with me?
Yeah, you left the channel. I'm back now. Okay, so
okay.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks for joining us this week. Next week's the 2-hour race. Actually, it's a little over 2 hours, but the endurance race here at Spa, and the mid-season classic. It's you never know who's going to win here, so definitely tune in next week. Tune in Monday night. We are going to Mexico, and so you can Al and Brad Monday night at 9. We'll be here next week at 9. Thanks for joining us. And Jack just left the channel again. That's certainly not on purpose, but we'll